Well, the British heavyweight division has never been stronger, and Solomon Dacres one of a number of prospects on the rise. Tonight against an Argentine opponent, making his 4th appearance in a British ring.
Gents, you both know the rules. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, 10 rounds. Thank you.
Swings a right hand early on to the ample body of Bracamonte, who was here in late July in the UK, stopped in the second round by a sweet left hook by Fraser Clark. And Dacres will know well from the GB squad up in Sheffield.
Been impressed with Dacres, Mike. He's a very good boxer, well schooled, nimble on his feet, he's got quick hands. Sometimes a little guilty of just coasting when he's having it his own way. He's in there with a tough guy, but he doesn't really get stopped that often. Stopping against Fraser Clark, who knows a very good fighter, but he's as tough as old boots, extremely heavy, durable. So this is a test for Dacres. Yeah, I think for Dacres is about being busy with the jab, being first with the jab, and when Bracamonte looks to fire back with his counters, which he will, that's when Dacres needs to fire back with his own. The right hand over the top of that jab. Certainly a good shot, working the body as well, working back upstairs, but again, this is good pressure from
and this
Bracamonte.
is careless from Dacres, taking shots needlessly from Bracamonte, straight left, straight right.
That's better, changing the levels with the shots. Left hook upstairs, right to the body.
Good right round the side there. It's better. Sol's come out a bit sharper this round. He's come out a bit better, using that jab a bit more, up and down stairs. I think he's listening to what Max McCracken said to him in the corner there, and he's putting it to use.
Yeah, a bit more tempo coming from Dacres now. Someone like Bracamonte, not the fittest fighter in the world, so you need to take him out of his comfort zone. And you do that by being busy, being active with your shots, keeping your man thinking all the time.
Bracamonte scaling just under 22 stone, 305 pounds, and you wonder, with Solomon Dacres saying that he wanted to finish it in 5 or 6 rounds, what sort of stamina a man with that kind of flab around the waist can possibly muster.
They were good uppercuts from Dacres inside, exactly what Max McCracken was asking for. It's like to see him follow up with the hooks after the uppercuts.
Yeah, definitely go again. He saw some success there after that good uppercut, so go again, find your man again.
We move into the second half of round 4, and still rarely has Bracamonte been forced onto the back foot, and you wonder what sort of success Dacres might have if he just held firm centre of the ring and fired off from there. He did it momentarily earlier in the round and landed a solid right hand over the top.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there, Mike, to hold the centre ring. He pivoted to the left. There was space to sort of navigate himself to the centre of the ring, but he allowed Bracamonte just to get that front foot forward and push Dacres back again, who, don't get me wrong, he's comfortable on the back foot, but I feel if he was to get his shots off from the centre of the ring.
Yeah, that's the thing. At no point where Sol's being backed up to the ropes, backed up into the corners, does he look uncomfortable at all. He looks fine there. He hasn't got a problem with it. But it's not where you want to be. You want to practice good habits. He wants to practice turning his man and getting his shots off then.
It was from an exchange at close range that Fraser Clark swiveled and landed the left hook that finished Bracamonte in the second round last time out.
Really break your opponent's heart, in fact, when they've predominantly been on the front foot and all of a sudden midway through the fight you start creeping forward. It can really set in some doubt in your opponent. You're trying to see that from Dacres, trying to edge forward, but bring it to Bracamonte back on the front foot.
Bracamonte's not making it easy for him. I think at any point in this, Dacres really could just step on the grass and really put it on him. He doesn't have to go full hog and get him out of there, but he could really push him back and really just make it nasty for him and take the heart from Bracamonte and really back him up. But you're not seeing that right now. Hopefully that can come in the later rounds, but you're seeing a lot more from Dacres here now. He's putting his punches together better. There's more combinations coming off, and 2 or 3 times, like you're seeing now, he's in the centre of the ring, so there's more control going on here.
Dacres was saying in the interview we played out shortly before he made his walk to the ring that he wanted to finish this in 5 or 6 rounds. So now's the time, as Fabio says, to really start to increase the pressure and to make a noise with the result here tonight, rather than labour to a 10-round point success.
Yeah, just needs to build on top of this round, Dacres. Just missing with a big uppercut, and again Bracamonte. Dacres firing back with right hand over the top. I expect him to really get down to work in the 6th round, because he did slightly up it there. I think one man straight low from Dacres. I think that was the shot. Yeah, right at the end of the round. They're not nice in Fab, are they?
They're not the nicest, mate. They're not the nicest to take.
Dacres weighing in yesterday at 16 stone 4 pounds, and Bracamonte almost 6 stone heavier. And now Darren waves and beckons Dacres forward.
This is better, Mike. Just see there, he just upped the tempo, he landed a good right uppercut, then he went again and again. This is what you've got to do, nothing reckless, but just up the tempo ever so slightly, and again.
Just stay on him now, even still, just poke him, keep going, keep going.
Starts to set traps really well, Dacres, but doesn't tend to finish them off. You see at the start of this round, he threw a jab, a nice right to the body, and again a straight right down the middle, and you expect him to sort of throw the right to the body and fire back upstairs, but he just doesn't let the left hook go. But these are all things he can work with. Good right hand through the middle. I think Bracamonte just sort of took the sting out of that shot.
It's good now though, you can see Sol controlling the fight a bit more in the centre of the ring, pressing Bracamonte back. That's a sign of fatigue, and these are the moments now where you need to notice that in your opponent and step on him and put the pressure on him, because Bracamonte's been walking him down the whole fight, and now for this whole round he's been backpedaling, which means you're in control now. You can press your opponent, you can put the gas on him, and 2 or 3 sets of 4, 5, 6 punch combinations will get him out of there.
If there was any sign of encouragement, like you say, Fab, for that moment to come when you really got to put your foot on the gas, it's now, when your opponent's starting to take his foot off the gas. Here's a good hook from Dacres.
Good.
Lovely shots. Really get round the guard of Bracamonte. We've been calling for Sol to go through the gears, and I will say you hear Max in the corner there, and it's just a reminder. Every time it's your first step up in round, you're always a little wary about completely emptying the tank, just in case. You're just not totally sure, are you? Until you've actually completed the distance, until you've done it. You can do it, exactly that. And maybe that's been a little reason why he's just held back. But this is good work from Dacres. Again, setting everything up with those hooks. That right hook certainly doing the damage.
But these are them situations where he needs to go again, where he needs to start stopping. He launched his opponent's head up 2 or 3 times very well there, and then keep on top of him, poke him downstairs and go up again, and poke him and go again, and just put them 4, 5, 6 punch combinations together and really do some damage.
I think we got an impression there of just how tired Sol Dacres is as well, after missing with that left hook.
I think he sensed it, Bracamonte, as well. He's up the tempo here for sure. Good work from the Argentinian. Wild with that right hand, good action. He walked onto a left hook from Dacres there.
And this might be one last attempt from the Argentine, sensing that Dacres also is tired. Inside the last half a minute of the 8th round. Dacres has been the full 8-round distance the last twice, but not under the kind of sustained pressure that Bracamonte has produced, albeit sometimes only with his feet.
It's almost as if he's found a second wind here. Bracamonte in, really trying to put a dent in Dacres, but he looks a bit of a grimace on the face. The Argentine there lands a nice right uppercut. Stick again, catching Bracamonte on the side of the head. He just walked forward and eat those all night long. Really is tough as old boots. Good work there. That was a lovely straight right to the body left. That's better. That's where you're setting the traps. That's where you're finding the openings, the variation. Good work from Dacres.
But he's done that repeatedly in this round so far.
That's the thing about them moments. And don't let your man off the hook now. Go. Press him, high, low.
Good work. Oh, just missing with that right hand, Dacres. Clashing heads with another low one. Surely be a point off, I think, for Dacres. Won 3 times.
Well, the referee has spoken to him often enough and finally decides it's time to deduct a point.
Walking Bracamonte onto the hook, left hook there.
Good. And them moments there, well, that good. You get that one good shot off, and then you go out in 2 or 3. You don't let him fall into. You spin him, you turn him, you move him off, you can shove him off. However,
life difficult for your opponent.
Yeah, create that space so you can go again.
I think that's been one of the difficulties for Dacres, trying to manhandle a man who's leaning on him with a 6-stone heavier poundage. I'm loath to call it an advantage. Dacres has had a lot of success with that left hook, particularly after a right hand to the body, but Bracamonte has taken it time and again, and it has to be said, with 40 seconds to go, has really looked to be in trouble.
That's all in the day's work for Bracamonte. This is his bread and butter. He's used to being on the receiving end. He was happy and he was allowed to creep forward far too often.
He was given too much respect too early on, where Sol's ability, skills, athleticism really should have taken control of the fight early on.
There's plenty of positives to take away for Dacres, you know, brilliant variation. He's got 10 rounds under his belt now. That was a test in itself against Bracamonte, tough as they come. So I get, look, another box ticked for Sol Dacres.
Yeah, definitely.
Bell sounds at the end of 10 rounds for Solomon Dacres, taken the full 8-round distance the last twice in his career, and now stepping up and going 10 rounds, and unlike Cyrus Pattinson and Chev Clark earlier on this evening, wasn't able to increase the tempo to a degree whereby he produced an early finish.
By unanimous decision, he's still undefeated, Solomon, the real deal Dacres.